I love what Kobe Bryant, he said, I have nothing in common with lazy people. We're talking about the Mamba mentality. I have nothing in common with lazy people who blame others for their lack of success. Great things come from hard work and perseverance. No excuses. This is number 2. We've got to teach those that follow us that we didn't get here just because we're gifted. We didn't get here just because we're talented. We didn't get here just because we went to school. We didn't get here just because, we may have had family members, what some call nepotism, right? I told my son the other day, he was like, Dad, people are saying, that I have the stuff I have because of you. I said, son, whether somebody gives you something or you have to work for it, you still have to be a good steward. You still have to play the hand that you're given. If you didn't have a father in your life, you got to play your hand. If you didn't have your father in your life, if you did have your father, you got to play your hand. If your family gave you absolutely nothing, you got to steward that. If your family gave you everything, you have to steward that. And we must teach those that work with us how to be beasts. And how do we do it? We must teach them. We're not lazy. We take ownership. We take full responsibility. We never play the blame game. We never make excuses. That the buck stops with me and the buck stopped now. And I have to teach my son, whether I given it to you or my father wasn't in my life, he didn't give it to me. Number 1, it's hard work. The lion is not the king of the, listen to me. The lion is not the king of the jungle because he's the biggest. If it was because of the biggest, the elephant would. If it was the tallest, the giraffe would be. The lion is not the biggest, he's not the tallest, but he works hard. Do you know that the lion spends more time studying his prey, hunting his prey, watching his prey, studying his prey, preparing himself to catch his prey than he actually does killing his prey? It's hard work being a lion. They're not the biggest, they're not the strongest. They can be eaten too. You've seen crocodiles eat lions. You've seen hippopotamus. You've seen hyenas. Just because they're the king of the jungle, it doesn't mean they don't work. And we've got to teach those that work with us what hard work looks like, right? We got to show them the steps. We have to walk them through the process, and that's what Dan Gilbert did for me. He showed me what it's like to own 50-something companies. He was the first man I ever saw in my life with 3 secretaries, right? He was the first man in my life that was connected to people like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. But he taught me, E.T., do you know how I started all of this? I said, no, how? Delivering pizzas. You worked at Olive Garden. I worked at Little Caesars, delivering pizzas. But I knew that the same energy that I gave this pizza, I knew the same work ethic that allowed me to pick up a pizza and drop it off and get tips. That same work ethic, that same mentality will one day help me to own my own companies. We have to teach them that whatever they hand find to do it, you got to do it with all your might. You got to give 120%. You got to have the right attitude. You got to have the right motives. You got to get up every single day. You can't take a day off. No days off. Why? Because there could possibly be 1 million people trying to do what you do. 1.5 million. I'm not the only motivational speaker in the world. So every day when I get up and I go get it, listen to me. I asked somebody in my company, the guy who's a CEO to the company, we had a big conference call the other day. I said, look, do me a favor. Tell me how much of my time do you think I do free work versus paid work? I said, I got a number in my head, 70-30. He said, nah, I think it's more like 85-15. 85 free, 85 waking up every day, giving out free content. Every single day going to schools for free. Every single day. I was just recently at an event for free. About 150 people lined up for pictures. I took a picture with everybody, signed whatever they want. Every single day, work, grind, no days off. Why? I'm not the only one doing what I'm doing. I can't afford to only speak when it's time to speak. I got to wake up every day. They only get I'm on a timer. They give me a timer. They say you got 40 minutes. I don't have a timer on practicing. I don't have a timer on preparation. I don't have a timer on reps. When I wake up in the morning, if I want to practice for 3 hours, there's no timer. I can do it as much as I want. So guess what? So when it's actually time to speak, I'm ready to go. When it's actually time to speak, I'm fired up. When it's actually time to speak, I can execute. We must teach them that we have nothing in common with people who are lazy. We don't blame others for lack of success. We work hard. We persevere. I told you I was homeless. I was a high school dropout. No excuses. Nobody cares about my past. People didn't hire Eric Thomas because I was homeless. Nobody hired me because I'm a high school dropout. They hired me because I was a high school dropout who had the courage to get up and study to get his GED. I had the courage to leave the old. I had the courage to leave old for great. I had the courage to leave great for phenomenal. I had the courage to get to 12 years. Look, it took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree, but I had the courage to not stop, not to give up, to persevere. I had the courage to keep going. I had the courage after the 12 years with the 4. I had the courage to get the master's degree. After the master's degree, I had the courage to go get my PhD. It took me 3 times to pass basic English. I've never been a good reader. I didn't comprehend as a child well, but I persevered. I became #1 in the world because I gave away free content from 2006 to 2021. My staff said, you're hungrier now than you were then. You do more now than you did then. No days off, no excuses. No, my father wasn't in my life. Yes, my mama got pregnant with me at 17 years old. Yes, my grandmother kicked her out the house and she was homeless. Yes, I had a terrible beginning. Yes, I went to the Detroit public school system. Yes, I dropped out of high school. Yes, I went to night school. Yes, I got the GED. No excuses. No, my biological father wasn't in my life. No, I didn't have a network and I didn't have a net worth. It doesn't matter. No excuses. And we must teach them no excuses. What's your goals? What's your dreams? And you got to wake up every day and you got to go get it. And they must understand that if they want to be like us, if they want to be leaders, and if we're going to lead, we got to show them how to do it.